Believe it or not, what you're looking at is a knife for those who are right-handed and a knife for those who are left-handed. When we first came into the shop, my cameraman was convinced that it was a prank that you were pulling on your customers, but Heather, there is in fact knives for left-handed and right-handed people.
Yes, the two knives that we were looking at there are single bevel knives. So your typical kitchen knife is what we call a double bevel.
Right.
So it has a bevel on both sides. These ones only have a bevel on one side, and as a result, it has a bias to turn as you're cutting through with it. And so you have to have, if you're a lefty, you need to use a left-handed knife. And we're one of the only stores that carries a left-handed single bevel knife.
But what type of cooking requires a knife that's contoured to your right or your left hand?
You're mostly going to see it with chefs that are in the sushi industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So now we're talking about fantastic knives, but I think it's important to know how to use them.
Yes.
What are some of the classes that you offer? Ouch, here.
Well, we do two classes. We do a knife skills class and we do a sharpening class. So during our knife skills class, we actually teach people how not to chop off their fingers.
Good
Yes.
thing to know.
Yes, it's very important to us.
Okay, so let's start with the basics because I've never worked with a knife that's this sharp before.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is find the balance point on the knife. So because this knife is a full-tanged knife, it's a traditional Western style knife, it's going to be slightly towards the back. You can see the knife keeps tipping backwards.
Right.
Your knife, because it's Japanese style, will tip more forward.
Okay.
So what you want to do is line your finger up somewhere until you get it, there you go, until you're balanced. Then pinch the knife and wrap your fingers around it. This is the proper way to hold a knife, not like this. This you have no control. This way you do.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do with your other hand, this is the one that's in danger of having fingers lopped off. So this one's very important. You want to make an Italian fist. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then you're going to use that to put it on top of your potato or tomato, and you're going to just slide it forward. There you go. And so during the class, we teach things like how to do batons, juliennes, brunoise, chiffonnades.
What's a baton?
A baton is when you would take your potato and you would square it off like this. And so in the French kitchen, they would use that as a staff meal, or they'd use it as soup. And then a baton basically looks like, well, you're probably gonna never recognize it, a French fry.
Ah.
Yeah.
I think I can manage that. So one side.
Yeah. So
And the other.
you want to make your potato kind of square.
Oops.
Kind of.
Lost a little bit of its squareness there. Okay, though that'll be used for soup, you said?
Exactly.
Okay.
You want to keep squaring it off. So that
Oh, I've missed a side.
it's okay. We call that rustic when it's not quite square.
Good. Okay.
And now cut it into three.
Oh boy. My potato is a little mixed up here. Okay, so he's significantly smaller than yours, but cut it into three.
Yep.
That's four,
And then-
but we're going with it. Okay.
Okay, not.
So these are hash browns.
Yeah, there you go. See, we call those rustic. That's all there is to it.
Right, okay. And some of the other techniques that you learn in the classes?
Yeah, we do something called a chiffonnade, and this is a really cool knife. It's called the Kamagata, and it's actually a knife that's exclusive to Knifewear in terms of its shape. And what it allows us to do is if you take a whole bunch of herbs, you can do really fine chopping kind of things.
Gotcha.
Without slamming your knuckles into the cutting board. So it's a nice small knife that people really like to use.
Okay, so find my center. Okay, a little more difficult in this one. And then chop a little bit more quickly.
There you go. And see, that's called paysanne.
Paysanne.
Randomly chopped things. And
Oh
they
yeah?
have fancy names for everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay, well I do a lot of pens.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, all right. So if you're interested in signing up for the knife class, you can find more information on the website. You said that you have a joint class coming up. You kind of learn how to cut and then you get to cook as well.
Yeah, something we've been doing, we partnered with the Unrefined Olive here in the Glebe, and we are doing a cooking class where you actually get to cook the food, but in the process of doing that, you learn all the different knife cuts, and then it develops into a meal.
Okay, perfect. Head to the website to learn more information about that. Now, they've got the largest selection of shaving gear in the entire city. We will take a look at that before the end of the show. We'll be back with more later here from Knifewear.